Hey everyone, welcome to That's Good Denver. I'm your host, Chris Romeo, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm taking this video on Thanksgiving morning while I'm actually driving to my grandma's house. I'm a good driver, so I think so. We should be fine making this video while I drive. I'll keep my eyes on the road too. But anyway, I'll be doing my Week 12 predictions today. The games will be starting in a little bit. There's some really good games. Week 12 this week. The Broncos got a big game against the Chargers. Chargers are 6-4. We're 5-5. Big game for playoff implications. It'll be in Mile High at Denver. So yeah, hopefully the Broncos can win that one. We kind of need to win that one, I think. Not saying our playoff hopes are done if we lose, but it would be really nice to win. So let's get you started with some predictions. First up, we got the Bears and the Lions at noon today, or 12:30. This is kind of the, not really that great of a game. Lions are looking for their first win of the season. They're at home. Bears are 3-7. I think this will be a close game, but kind of a low-scoring game. And I'm going to take the Bears in this one. I think the Bears win this one 19-16. And a lot of field goals kicked in this game. Next up, we got the Raiders and the Cowboys. This could be a decent game, depending on how good the Raiders play. I hope the Cowboys win this game either way. But this could be a decent game. I'm taking the Cowboys, though. I think the Cowboys will put up a lot of points. The Raiders will score a decent amount of points, too. But I have the Cowboys winning this one 34-24. Then there's the night game tonight. We got the Bills and the Saints. This will be a pretty interesting game. The Bills have been, kind of inconsistent to start this year. They've only beaten bad teams, and a lot of decent teams they've played, they've lost to. I had the Bills winning the Super Bowl this year. I think we'll pull things together eventually. The Saints are 5-5. This is kind of a get-right game for both teams, the Bills and the Saints. And I think the Bills will win this one in a close game. I'm going to say I would not be surprised if the Saints win this one, but I will take the Bills in a final score of 26-23. Next up, we got the Titans and Patriots. This will be a really good game, I think. Titans are coming off to a strange loss to the Texans. I'm not sure what happened with that game. And the Patriots are on fire right now. They're 7-4. They've won 4 or 5 in a row. They're one of the hottest teams in the league. And the Titans are still doing well, even though they lost to the Texans last week. This will be in Foxborough, New England. I think this will be a really good game. Close game coming down to the wire. And I think the Titans bounce back and win this game. I think it'll be a decently high scoring game. I'm going to say the Titans take this one 31-27. Next up, we got the Buccaneers and the Colts. This should be a good game, too. The Colts are playing some good football right now. They just blew out the Bills last weekend. And the Buccaneers, they bounced back on Monday Night Football last week. This will be in Indianapolis, so that should be a really, really good game. I think this will be a close game too, but I'm gonna have to take the Buccaneers in this one. I would not be surprised if the Colts win this one for how they're playing right now. But I'm gonna take the Buccaneers in this one. I think the final score will be 31-23. Next up, we got the Jets and the Texans. This might be the most boring game of the week, and no offense, but yeah, this could be a close game and stuff between Jets and Texans. But this is in Houston. Who do I have winning? I'll take the Texans in this one. I think the Texans win by a final score of 24-20. Next up, we got the Steelers and Bengals. This is a big game for both teams with playoff implications, etc. Bengals coming off a dominant win against the Raiders. Steelers coming up off a high-scoring game against the Chargers that they lost. I was surprised that game was that good and high scoring. But yeah, this will be a big game for playoff implications. Bengals beat the Steelers already this year. This is a hard game to predict, but I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. I just think Bengals, can put up points better than the Steelers, and the Steelers allowed a lot of points to the Chargers last week. I mean, even though the Steelers scored a lot of points too. But yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. I think the final score of this one will be 27-20. Next up, we got the Eagles and Giants. Eagles aren't playing bad football. They're 5-6. They've won like 2 or 3 in a row. Beat my Broncos a couple weeks ago. This will be at New York at the Giants. The Giants could put up a fight here and possibly win this game. But I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. I think they get the job done. The final score, I think it will be 30-17. Eagles win. Next up, we got the Falcons and Jaguars. Falcons were playing pretty decent for a while, but then they came off 2 bad losses in a row to the Patriots 25-0. Then they got destroyed to the Cowboys 43-3 a couple weeks ago. The Jaguars, they could pull off the upset here. The Jaguars, because they're at home. But I'm going to take the Falcons in this one. I think they bounce back and try to make an interesting playoff push. And the Jaguars, I mean, they're not playing for much right now. I guess they can play spoiler for the Falcons here. The final score, I think the Falcons win this one by a final score of 31-24. Next up, we got the Panthers and the Dolphins. This should be an interesting game. Panthers are playing for a playoff spot right now in the NFC. They're 5-6, I think, 5-5. And the Dolphins, they've won a couple in a row. They could still make a playoff push and try to get in. But this is in Miami. I could definitely see the Dolphins winning this game. This is a really hard game to predict. Well, Cam Newton's also back and he's playing. And I'm going to take the Panthers in this one. I think they have more to play for, and Cam Newton is back. And I think they're a little bit better. They have a little bit better. Well, the Dolphins have a better defense, but I think the Panthers are a little bit better of an all-around team on offense and stuff. Final score of this one, I think the Panthers pull this off and win 24-23, 1-point game. Next up, we got a really good game, the Rams and the Packers. This is a really hard one to predict, probably the game of the week. Packers coming off a high-scoring loss to the Vikings. And the Rams, they've lost a couple in a row, so this is kind of a get-right game for both teams, even though both of these teams will definitely make the playoffs, I think. This will be in Lambeau at Green Bay. I think this will be a really competitive game, and I'm actually going to take the Rams in this one. They need to bounce back and get a win after losing a couple in a row. Even though it'll be in Green Bay, I think they're all around a better team. I think Von Miller will come back to play and stuff. And final score, I think the Rams win this one 30-27. Next up, we got the Vikings and 49ers. This will be a really good game, big game for both of these teams. And both teams are 5-5 right now. Both teams coming off impressive wins. And this will be in San Francisco. Should be an interesting game, and this could definitely go either way this game. And I'm going to take the 49ers in this one. They're at home, and the Vikings could be an all-around better team just because of the 49ers injury, but I think the 49ers will show up to play. I mean, they beat the Rams a couple weeks ago, the 49ers did. So, I'm going to take the 49ers in this one. Final score, I'm going to say final score will be 26-24. Next up, we got the Chargers and the Broncos.
In 2 miles, take exit 225B for US 30 West toward Valparaiso.
Sorry, that's my GPS. But anyway, you got the Chargers taking on your Denver Broncos. This will be a really good game, big game for the Broncos. Hopefully they can win here. Chargers probably our favorite to win this one. I'm going to go slightly biased, but not that biased. I mean, I don't think it's that biased to predict the Broncos to win because I think they will win this game, hopefully. Final score is 27-24. I think it will come down to the wire, and it could come down to a Brendan McManus game-winning field goal. But I think the Broncos defense will be enough to hold up the Chargers, and Teddy Bridgewater in that Broncos run game will get the job done. Next up, we got a really good game, Cleveland and Baltimore. The Browns taking on the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. This could be a game for the division, possibly. I think the Browns are only like a game and a half or 2 games behind the Ravens for the division. This is in Baltimore.
In half a mile, take exit 225B for US 30 West toward Valparaiso.
The Ravens will win this game. I think it'll be really close still. I just think Lamar Jackson is too much stopping. You know, the Browns are a good team, but I think they're more of a wild card team instead of a division-winning team. So I'm going to take the Ravens in this one.
Take exit 225B.
That would actually help if the Ravens beat the Browns for the Broncos. Final score, I think the Ravens pull off the dub here and win.
In half a mile, merge onto US 30 West.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game between Browns and Ravens. I think the final score is 34-31. And then finally, we got the Seahawks and the Washington football team on Monday Night Football. This will be an interesting game. It's honestly not really that good of a game. Both teams aren't that great. I mean, Washington's coming off a couple good wins in a row. One against the Panthers and the other one against Tampa Bay. But the Seahawks aren't playing that well right now.
Continue on US 30 West for 11 miles.
It's hard for them when, you know, Russell Wilson's all they rely on for the Seahawks. So, this is in Washington. I'm actually going to take Washington in this one. I think, you know, they're playing not bad. They're playing pretty decent football right now. And with that defense, even though Chase Young is out for the year. But they're at home, and I think Washington gets the job done. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. And I'm going to say the final score of this one will be Washington 20 and the Seahawks 13. Close game. Let me know who you think is going to win this week in Week 12. Those are my predictions. Hopefully the Broncos can get this big dub against the Chargers this weekend. And I'm Chris Romeo, and that's Good Denver. Happy Thanksgiving.